All right.
Journey to Bethlehem is described as a live-action Christmas musical adventure. What drew you to this, and what aspects of the story do you find most compelling, given that it's one of the oldest stories?
For me, the instant thing that grabbed my attention was the music. It's just, I don't know, I'm a musical guy, and it just does something to me. It gives you that feeling where you just feel like a kid again. That's when I knew. And then as I read the script, at first I was actually concerned about the subject matter. I wanted to make sure that I honored it the right way. And as I read the script, I saw how fun it was, and that was just such a huge added bonus that the writing was so incredible as well. And the story is a reminder of love and following your heart, and that is why I did it. Fiona, go for
it. For me, I was already interested in, I thought it would be a really beautiful challenge to tackle that story and that character, and then on top of that, it being a musical. Obviously it's terrifying, and I as well wanted to very much honor it and respect it, but once I met Adam over Zoom way earlier on and heard his vision for this story and how much he just wanted to uplift people and put color and reinstill certain values, speak about purpose, about family, and about all those things that I think are very essential to mankind, I was like, I'm on board, because I share that so much as well as an artist. And the script was beautiful. The music, I fell in love with it immediately, and there's just something about it that I was like, yeah, this is my place, this is my family. Very excited. Yeah.
That's awesome. And you mentioned hopping on a call with Adam. That's director Adam Anders. He worked on Glee, High School Musical. So given that background in musical productions, how did that kind of influence how you guys were on set, given it's a musical and he has a musical background?
I love musicals. That is, I guess, unintentionally the path I've created for myself in this career, which I'm very excited about. And I loved Glee growing up, and I at first was like, okay, this is gonna be different, of course. And I wasn't really too familiar with Adam at that point. And when we met, he was honestly intimidating. He was like knows what he's doing. And Fiona, do you agree? He's like on top of it. And this is his baby. So he had very strong visions that I just hoped I could fulfill. And as I got to spend time with him and his brother Alex, I felt like they were really holding my hand through the whole process. It was completely different for me, even though I come from doing musicals. But there's something about a musical that's so great because you forget what's going on in a way that you don't when you're just doing a scene. When you're singing a song, you can just let it go. You've already got it all in your body and system. So it's kind of like a party. I feel like we had a party in Spain. Un fiesta. Un fiesta de 3 meses. ¿Sí? Estoy aprendiendo español, pero Fiona, go for it.
I agree that, yeah, of course, this project was indeed his baby, and there's so much work and people behind it already for so many years. So he had such a clear idea, of course, of what he wanted for the whole thing as it is, but also for each character. For me, it was very comforting and wonderful to know that I could work with someone that had worked on those projects, and as well as just being immensely talented artists and beings. And it was really easy as well once you share things as people and what you're seeking and what you want to communicate and put on screen. I think once you agree and you find yourself with that, the rest just becomes playing and creating and everything. So I felt very taken care of by them, musically speaking, as an actress. So it was honestly just very much a very big fiesta de 3 meses.
We spent a lot of time in that studio. I know how much I spent in there, and I know Fiona spent more. So shouts out to you, Fiona. I don't know how you do
it. And by the way, I habla pequeño español.
Oh,
muy bien, perfecto.
We'll practicar.
Exacto. Practiquen conmigo.
Sí, muy bueno. Now, Milo, you mentioned you've done musicals before, but this one is different. Different how?
When I do the Zombies franchise, it's both movies are fun, Zombies and this. it's fun. But with Zed, I don't feel like there are that many things that I can do to fail him. I originated him to begin, so who he is, who I am. But with somebody like Joseph, although he was just a human being, he is so important. And it was very important to me that I did him right. So I guess I put more weight on my shoulders for this one. And I just wanted to make sure that the message of the story was being told the right way. And also, in Zombies, there's not very many songs where he's angry or really conflicted on that scale. Zed definitely goes through his troubles, but for the most part, it's lighthearted. This one was much deeper. So it was interesting exploring how to come at a musical in that way. And I'm still learning, and I'll figure it out as I go.
And you did beautifully, Mike.
Thank you. So did you. It was fun. We got a gem of a movie, no matter what the world thinks of it, and I'm happy that we have that.
Nice. No, it's a pretty heavy-hitting cast with Antonio Banderas, Joel Smallbone. What was that collaborative experience like, and did you have any particularly memorable moments on set?
I do. Oh, okay. I want to.
That you can talk about.
The answer is yes.
Yes, I think I would just personally say the two of really beautiful ones was one filming the whole kind of nativity scene, and that was the first time we were all in the same room together with Joel and everything as well. And I think he is incredible. It was just beautiful. I actually learned a lot from him as well. So that was a very magical day, I think, for everyone. There was something in the air that day when we were filming it, and that was a very precious memory to me. And then with Antonio, you guys remember Scar from Lion King?
Yep.
Yeah, of course.
So he was walking around set and kind of warming up and just like doing this Scar thing, and I was like, "Oh, this is gorgeous! This is gonna be amazing. This Herod is going to be amazing."
Oh, he's so
And
cool.
he walked over and he was talking about how much he loved the music, and I remember talking about that for a little bit. But just the way he was just like loving like Herod's skin and the costume and everything was so beautiful. It's so beautiful to see so much passion, especially from someone like him, into the film and into the character. So I knew something beautiful was around the corner. It was very, both of them, yeah.
They're both incredible. And to be honest, I don't know. I'm speaking honestly here. Antipater was cast after the movie started shooting. So we didn't know who was going to be Antipater.
That's right.
Yeah, me and Fiona were even throwing suggestions at Adam. And I remember Mariah was already cast, and he was like, "We got Joel, it's Mariah's husband, whatever." And I was like, I know he's an amazing singer, and he has a great look, but we'll see. Not that I was like, whatever. I was just like, he's a strong singer, and we know that. And it was very quick. He got to set, and to be honest, like not that he was method acting or anything, but when the movie wrapped, he changed his demeanor to a much warmer person. He was Antipater there. And I was the most surprising performance and moving day for me was that day because of Fiona and Joel. But I was surprised. I don't want to say I had low expectations, but he just blew me out of the water. He is an incredible actor. We have a really intense bromance going now after the movie, which I'm so happy about. But yeah, he really, as a viewer, as an audience member, he moved me so much. And then quickly about Antonio, it's so cool to see an actor who's so legendary and so well-known care so much about it still to this day. And he nervous a little bit. Like, he was confident, but I met him. He didn't know I was Joseph at first. He was like, "Oh, you're Joseph." And I was like, "Yes." And he was like, "Do you see me as the king?" And I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Yeah. So you like the fact that he even asked me.
Oh, that's adorable.
I know the imposter syndrome is real. But it's good to know that, hopefully I will be his age one day, feeling the same way I do now about making these movies and being excited about every piece of fabric that's laying over my shoulder.
Yes. Oh,
that's awesome. Yeah, and he's been around forever.
yes.
So many performances.
There's a reason. Because he's an incredible person. People want him to be a part of the environment on set.
Incredible person. Yeah.
Did you feel like he was a mentor on set too?
Had I had more time with him, yes.
Yeah, likewise.
We don't have any scenes together, me and him. The only time I met him was to go say hello while he was shooting his stuff.
Me as well, yeah. Yeah, that would have been beautiful to share more time with him. I absolutely think so because he's just such a great human being as well. You could see him taking care of everyone and just when he said hi to us, it was very say, "Oh, you're Mary," blah blah blah, and this
Yeah.
and that. Like,
And I learned so much just watching
yeah,
him
it was
perform.
beautiful.
I had a very distinct, I don't know about you, Fiona, but I had a very distinct idea of who the king was in my head, who was a very hardcore, not fun guy. And that is not really the quality of the king. The king doesn't care about anything, and he's a child and he's a baby. And that's what Antonio did. And he's giggling, and he's telling people to stop talking. He's a kid, really, playing the king. And it just blew my mind because it was perfect. I loved it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
So this movie is described as like a live action musical version of the telling of the story. How do you think it distinguishes itself from there's been multiple tellings of this story, not necessarily as a musical, but how do you think it distinguishes itself for this holiday season?
Yeah.
I think that, no, do you have something to say? Go for it,
But I was
please.
gonna say you might. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I think that when people are making art centered around this story, people are nervous to do it wrong. And in because of those fears, they just don't do it. And Adam took 10 years to say, this story is important and we're going to honor it, but let's make it super fun. And let's take 10 years to figure out the way we can do it perfectly so that we can have an experience where you are smiling throughout the whole thing. You're not feeling like you're in religion class or anything. And I think the moral of the story is Adam rides the line perfectly. He has a great balance when it to these things. And I think that's why this movie shines through.
Cool. We got 30 seconds, Fiona, and then we're out.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Fiona.
I think that I went through as many films I could get my hands on as possible that showed and told this story or Mary or Joseph, whatever it was. And I think this is beautiful because I'm also very excited that I think it'll be really colorful and good for families and kids. And that's a whole other generation. Kids, that is the future of the planet. And if they are growing up with having a sensation of being uplifted and thinking about values and family already, I think we have a really beautiful future ahead. And that is very important to me. So I'm very excited that it's out now. 30 seconds over.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're the best.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Likewise. Thank you so much.
Hope to see you soon.
All righty.
Peace.